today. What my intent is to push myself in this extreme weather, pretty much to see what I've got and how far I can go. There's a couple of things I do want to cover off on before I go any further. First of all, safety is I've got plenty of water. In fact, I've got about 3 litres of water here. The other thing I do have is instant sugar. I've got some freshly cut up fruit, and of all things, I've got an Up and Go just there as well, which I will be digging into as soon as this video is finished. The next thing I want to talk about is just how hot it is. At the moment, my phone's in my hand, but I'm pretty sure it's about 2:30, and as you can see, there's another guy that's just as mad as I am, and he's doing sprints over the back there. I wouldn't consider myself as advanced as that fella, but the purpose of this video is just to see how far I can go and what my limits are, and I'll probably talk you through that as I progress in pain. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it really simple. I'm going to be right here in front of the camera just to make it easier. It's a bit hard to follow me around when it's just myself here, but I'm just going to be doing burpees, and I'm going to be doing them to 6-second increments. Now I'm going to do 100 to start with, and then I'm going to see how I feel after that. The intent is to do another 100 and progress the intensity of the burpee. Maybe start doing double push-ups, maybe start doing a tuck jump, because what I'm looking for is my failure point in this. I think it's 43 degrees or 44, and I can assure you right here where I am, especially out here on this bitumen, the air coming off it and the heat is absolutely immense. This is the hottest I've ever seen it in a long time. So I'm not going to mess around much longer. We're going to get into it. Before I start, actually, I would like to advise anybody who's watching this who doesn't consider themselves at least an intermediate level, up to advanced, don't attempt this without someone else around. Don't do any danger to yourself. I know my limits pretty well. I'm very confident that once I start feeling the pain, I guess, the dizziness, I know when to stop every time. I'm not going to push past that. The number one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stay safe. So don't go attempting this to recreate it. I don't want to see any comments on the video where someone's hurt themselves trying to do this. I think it's time to get into it. So here I go. Lastly, yes, I am sun smart. I do have sunscreen on, especially on my back, because I will be taking my shirt off. Lots of comments about me taking my shirt off. Don't care. I'm almost 40 and I'm proud. Let's do it. Technical error, I forgot to press start. Just remember, what I'm looking for is progressive overload. So I'm trying to increase my heart rate over time, as well as fatigue. build up. Build up to that failure point. That's what I'm looking for. I assure you, I'm already feeling it. It's quite hard to breathe. It's just hot. So the first 100 burpees, I'm just going to do them stock standard. Very simple. Probably boring to watch, but at the end of the day, depends how much time you've got. There's nothing stopping you, realistically, from having a crack at this at home. Listening to the beat. Do one yourself. Do it in your garage. Do it in your bedroom with the aircon on. It doesn't have to be a burpee. It could be a push-up. Could be 2 crunches. Could be a squat with a jump. I'm really feeling the heat. My arm's already covered. The towel's not protecting me from the hot bitumen at all. Or it feels like it isn't. Last year, I set a goal for 600 burpees in an hour. That was my form. Pretty good, I think. Although towards the end, my jump was awful. It was awful. But I still did the jump. Again, I chose burpees because it's static today. Easier to record this. Especially given I'm here on my own. I don't have the mobile cameraman that is my daughter or my son. Shit. Also put a bit of lemon in my water. Just like it. No, it doesn't make your blood alkaline. That's bullshit. It's an urban myth. Also had a very good breakfast today. I had a good brunch and a light lunch. Previous to today, I've had no rest. So working backwards, let's go to Friday. So yesterday, I had regular training. It was about an hour session. Pretty much a circuit, like cross training. Not too difficult, but all body you could say. Thursday, I was here. And if you look at my Instagram, I did a bunch of Thai flips. what the intent was to try different arrangements with the tyre to make it into a bit of a circuit. And I was here for about an hour on Thursday. Wednesday was cross training again. Sorry, more circuit training. Wednesday was a tough one. Tuesday was about an 80-minute session in my garage. We're focused on legs and back, and that was interval training. It's quite difficult. And Monday I did cross training again, I think, focusing on all over and particularly chest, I believe. And then last weekend on the Sunday I was here and I did a solid leg session. This time last weekend, Saturday, I was here and I focused on back. So essentially I haven't had a rest day, which isn't ideal. But there we go. So I'm not well rested before this at all. The heat's really taking its toll. I'm finding it very hard to breathe. I can definitely feel my heart pumping harder than normal. I absolutely can. Whoop. I just realised that with that music, YouTube might copyright and not allow any of that conversation from before. We'll see. So, I'm sorry, but I had to pause the music. I'm starting to struggle now. Even my phone's red hot. Which of course is not a surprise. Before I start the second set, I'm going to move my phone out of the sun. I'm literally going to grab 2 pieces of fruit and then I'm going to work towards failure. As I was saying before, last year I was able to do 600 in the hour. There's no way I'll get anywhere near that in this weather, because the 600 I did was in perfect conditions. In the shade, I had food and water within arm's reach. So perfect conditions. But here, it's hot. I've got a bit of water. I do have food, but nothing quick to sustain me. And that's the 100. So, yep. I'm not going to mess around. I won't pause it. All I'm going to shove in my mouth is a couple of pieces of rock melon. Again, unfortunately, I can't have tunes playing, just due to the fact that I believe some of that first set have probably already been edited. So I'm sorry I can't play tunes. I would love to. It's all dark for me right now there, see that? Alright, I'm going to move back out and get ready. 28 seconds. Okay, this is the second 100. I'll be lucky to make this. I'm really struggling. And again, I'm going to progress to a point of failure anyway. Yep, shirt off this time. Again, I've got sunscreen on. Always be sun smart. The idea is not just to do the 100. Here we go. So I'm going to start off simple and I'm going to keep progressing to make it really difficult. If I'd have kept doing that last 100, I'll probably, I don't know how much further I could have gotten without that quick break. I don't have a counter here this time, and I'm certainly not counting. Believe it or not, my brain's telling me to stop. It's saying, why are you doing this? Cut it away. Right, it's time to get the heart rate up quick. Time to put a tuck jump in. What's interesting is how fatigued I feel just from the tuck jump. The DOMS building up, sorry, the lactic acid building up. It's insane. I'm really feeling it. Normally I can do this comfortably for quite a while. I should also point out that when I gave the time earlier, it's in daylight savings time. It's probably why my shadow looks like it's directly underneath me, even though it's after 2:30. It's pretty much the hottest part of the day right now. I can barely do that. I'm going to do 2 push-ups now because I can't do any more of those. I literally can't do the tuck jump safely. Oh yeah, okay. Okay, well, what I'm feeling now is I'm struggling to breathe. Really struggling. My heart rate's not coming down at all. My breathing's all out of sync. I'm not dizzy though. I'm just very fatigued. I would not be able to maintain this 2 push-ups. I might have to go back to just the 1. See, I'm really losing my breath. And what's better is, the air coming off that is so hot. My push-ups aren't good form. I can already feel that half push-ups. Back to 1 push-up. Try high jump. Okay, this is very, on the pain scale, I'm honestly at about a 7.5 tonight. Again, I'm not dizzy, just finding it very hard to maintain this. I feel my form is going out the window, which I'll see later on. The DOMS is quite bad. all my mind's telling me is to focus on the beat, because talking's too much effort. I'm trying to conserve energy, subconsciously I'd say. I can't really struggle. I've said that a few times now, but I want to try and get 100 out if I can. I think I've got a couple more doubles in me. Please don't try this. If it's your first time and you want a new plan, you've got to work up to stuff like this. You really do. I can assure you, my breathing is totally out of sync with my pattern. So I normally have a breathing pattern when I do a burpee. It's gone. All I want to do is quit. And it is so fucking hot. Like, it's disgusting. This towel probably is doing more work than I give it credit for. I'm going to try and get to this 100. I don't know how I'm going to go. There definitely won't be another 100 after this. It's funny because I don't even feel thirsty. My brain's just telling me to stop. And back to screaming. I wish I knew how many there was, but I don't. I'm guessing I'm probably over halfway. I don't even have a song to gauge it. That's the first thing on my mind, is how many left. It's just my brain, it's just myself telling me to stop. Self-preservation mode. Again, don't attempt this. You don't know your own limits. You will injure yourself. After this, I'm going to go home and have a cold shower. I'm going to sit in air conditioning for the rest of the day. And I'm going to sit here for 20 minutes before I leave. Just in case I get a post-exercise head spin. There's no change in my thinking, just when does it end? That's all that's on my mind. Because believe it or not, I really want to quit. If you're wondering why I'm saying the same thing over and over, because I'm trying to give you exactly what's on my mind for the entire time, without scripting it. Holy shit. How many more? I really want to quit. I really, really want to stop. My legs are shaking now. They're seizing up from lactic acid. So is my delts. I can really feel the burn in my legs. I'm sweating uncontrollably too. When when I started this, I thought I'd get to 300. There's no way. No. 2, if I'm lucky, to finish this. I hope I can. I'm going to try. Oh, shit. Oh, boy. The shade is slightly creeping towards me. That's good. Okay, I'm getting borderline dizzy. I can just feel it creeping in. It's just creeping. I feel hotter than, holy shit, believe it or not, I feel hotter than the sun. Like, I actually feel like it's cooling me, which is not a good thing. Just to show everyone everything's alright. Just gonna sit here, cool down. First thing I'm doing is having a bit of fruit. In fact, I'll just stand up. I had nothing left. I don't know how many more I could have done then. It's funny, my heart's still pumping so hard, it feels like it's not cooling my body down, which it's probably not, because of the passive heating. I just want to stand up, because I don't want to sit down and then stand up and get dizzy real quick. I could lie down, I don't want to do that. I want to stand up so I can eat a bit. I'm going to drink a bit of water. By all means, press stop. Most of you probably have. I'm just leaving this play just to show everyone that I'm doing the right thing. I know my own limits, of which you did just see me reach it. So towards the end of that set, massive cramping in the legs. They were shaking. Uncontrollable breathing. I'm sweating very profusely. I was actually starting to feel quite dizzy on the last probably 6 or 8 reps. So the lactic acid, heart, dizziness, probably lack of sugar, who knows, led me to believe that I honestly could not have done much more. Anyway, I'm going to stop it there now. I'll have some water. I'm going to hang around here for about the next 10 or so minutes just to cool down. I'm going to walk around in the shade here. Have a great day, everyone. And by the way, this is filmed at Liverpool in Sydney on the netball courts, and it's hot.